The business I set up was the first self-storage business in mainland China. It was called Love Box Self-Storage. World class. And we did win an award for Self-Storage Facility of the Year. And on the way to setting up that business, I co-authored Doing Business in China for Dummies.
Carson's father, a stockbroker back in the US, wanted to invest in Orient Paper, a company that Roth Capital had brought to the markets through a reverse merger. The company claimed that it was doing $100 million in business a year and shipping tons of high-quality paper all over China. It was one of the fast-growing companies that Roth and Rodman had sold and that investors like Dan had bought.
The goal was to do some research, make sure that it was legit. His father would write up the report.
Again, a fairly easy to understand and analyze business, the opposite of an American software company.
Carson and a friend went to check out the factory, but right away, something seemed off.
It was a country road. It was in poor shape. That road could not support the massive trucks that would be going in and out of that facility all day. Then we got into the factory.
It was a complete dump. Half the machines were broken, weren't working. Garbage rotting out in the front yard, no signage. And this is their main manufacturing facility.
There's water everywhere. All right, this is a company that's a paper company. The company had just claimed to have clocked in 100 million US in revenue, which was up substantially from the year before.
How is this growing 50% a year?
On the balance sheet, they were showing about $5 million in raw materials. And so they had heaps and heaps of this old corrugated cardboard out front. My friend climbed one of those heaps to take a look at the expanse of rotting cardboard. And when he came down, he said, if this is worth $5 million, the world's a much richer place than I knew.
Carson and his dad looked at each other at that point and said, there's probably something to do in this stock, but it has nothing to do with owning it.
This business was a complete sham. This is going to zero. It's a total fraud. I've never seen anything like this.
Carson wrote a report of his findings and announced that he was going to back his claims by making a bet in the market that the stock would collapse. It would change the course of his life, but more importantly, it was the first time anyone had poked a hole in the Chinese miracle.
I sent it out into the ether in late June of 2010. I stayed up for a little bit to watch it close, and going into the close, just moved down a little bit. And so as I went to sleep, I wondered whether that was a reaction to the report. Well, the next day answered the question, down 25%. And it ended up trading down as much as 55% from where we had put out the report. Even though it's China and it's a fast-growing economy, pigs do not fly in China. And I think that there's a proverb in Chinese, muddy waters makes it easy to catch fish.
水清无疑，水清无疑。水 mean water. In a clear water, there's no fish.
That saying, muddy waters makes it easy to catch fish, explains so much about what goes on in China. Opacity creates opportunities for people to make money. That's China's view. Muddy waters. I thought that was a very apropos name for the firm and chose it.